how I developed my fancy boxing footwork. Welcome back, my friend. I hope you're having a great day. As usual, let's get straight into it. When it comes down to footwork, whether it's for boxing, wrestling, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, jumping rope is key for me and my style. Jumping rope really helps you to be light on your feet, and you already know this. For eons, boxers have been jumping the rope. Muay Thai fighters, kickboxers, jumping the rope time and time again. Jumping the rope builds all the muscles in the feet, the calves, the legs. Now, when it comes to developing my fancy footwork, understand that it's not for everybody. When I caught wind of how to move and groove on my feet, I had to understand that, if I really want to be a professional, really shine and just let my style stand out from the crowd, in the moments of pain and just pressure and a crazy opponent just putting it on me, I got to be able to put on a show, showboat, use a lot of my footwork to really stop takedowns, dodge some punches, whatever it is. Creating angles, dodging punches, like I said. Jumping rope is the number one thing for me that's really helped me to develop everything. Even till this day, my athleticism, my ability to do Chinese line dancing all starts from the jumping rope. So make sure you're on it. Now, developing my footwork really came from me getting beat up. As I said in a previous video, when I started mixed martial arts, I only had boxing, so I could kind of move my feet. But it wasn't until I got into mixed martial arts and these guys were kicking me in the leg and taking me down. So a lot of my fancy footwork I used as a way to not get my ass whooped. Some people think I'm moving way too much. There was that one video that got like 2 million views. They say it's unnecessary, this and that. Hey, that's totally up to you. Understand the way that I move and groove, the way that I do my footwork starts from basics. And the basic for me was just to get my legs out of the way so they don't kick it or they don't take me down. So when I'm doing all these shuffles and stuff, as you saw in previous videos, that's me just trying to avoid getting taken down. Now, the way I kind of developed is I would train a lot on my own. I kind of had to do a lot of outside training when I was working a lot and still fighting in the cage. So I would just mimic defending against kicks and takedowns while I was just shadowboxing, just moving a lot of defense. It was through defense where I learned how to kind of pivot much better. Do all these shuffles like the Ali shuffle that I do in a lot of my videos. I actually learned it from a wrestler. Wrestlers, Greco-Roman wrestlers, high school wrestlers, freestyle wrestlers, they have extremely good footwork. They got to take people down. They got to sprawl. Like up and down, up and down. Their ability to create angles. A lot of my fancy footwork came from there. Now, when you apply it to boxing, some people out there, they say it's unpractical, this and that. Understand, if you want to be great, you're not going to be practical. Everything that you're doing is not going to be by the book. Understand that. But now in this clip, as you can see, I'm being very practical. When I first started out, this is what it looked like. Just moving, grooving, not moving too much, kind of just having a good base, having a good boxer's bounce. It doesn't have to be fancy from the jump. And even when you're in the ring, it doesn't have to be fancy. Understand, again, my footwork was just for me to not get my ass whooped. Having all these really crazy extended angles, the shuffling, the footwork was just an add-on to everything that I was doing. And I had just that extra stuff in my back pocket just in case I needed to pull it out. I wasn't a one-dimensional fighter. Like, I could just kind of stay there in the pocket. But if I really had to move and really use my footwork to kind of flutter the situation because he was whooping my ass and I couldn't really get a hold of him and I had to use some magic tricks, I had my footwork in my back pocket. Now understand this, okay? My fellow warrior that's following me. You've been following me for a while. You've been watching all my videos, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I want you to really push the boundaries. In this day and age, 2024, there is nothing new under the sun, so you might as well push yourself way past to what you think is correct. Sometimes putting yourself in a box holds you back from the greatest discoveries of your life. I don't ever want you to think that there's a right way and a wrong way. There are basics to keep you from getting your ass whooped. As far as developing your own style and your own fancy footwork, you gotta take time to be on your own. Go to a gym, like I said in my video with the triple training, go to a gym, get your ass whooped, get into some sparring, maybe get into a ring, get into the cage, whatever you gotta do to get that experience. Then on your solo training, discover yourself. Move slowly, move fast, stand in front of the mirror. Develop your own style. This is why I don't teach too much techniques, because when I was fighting, my coach saw what I kind of looked like. I had a different type of body. You can't just train everybody one way, and he really took his time, saw what was my strengths, my weaknesses, how I adapt to pain, how I adapt to pressure, and allowed me to just take the basics and meld them into whatever I wanted to do. And for you, my fellow warrior, I want this for you. Like I said, I can teach you all these things, but when you discover it on your own, like I give you some basic stuff, you kind of watch the way I move, you watch my videos, and then you pick it up, you apply it. It's something that I cannot stress how rewarding, fulfilling it is. And as a warrior, martial artist, fighter, father, brother, husband, whatever you are, you could even be a wife, girlfriend, sister. When you have this type of epiphanies and you connect the dots just by watching me and then trying and practice, jumping the rope, keeping it to the basics, but opening up your mind to new possibilities, this is the greatest gift in life, all right? And I want you to understand this. Fancy footwork does work if you allow it to work. Fancy footwork does put butts in seats. Putting butts in seats helps you to get paid more if you're going that route. But again, if you're just trying to be like me, being the best father, loving partner, martial artist, warrior, spend some time developing your own style, all right? And just always remember, train hard and be kind.